Hello, warriors. Welcome to the You Movement. I am B. And I had another question posed to me, so Ask B Anything part 3, I guess. The question was, what do I do when I have energy in my head? Which is a great question because on this ascension path that you might be on, if you are on a Kundalini awakening, a spiritual awakening, a twin flame journey, an ascension path, whatever you want to call it, whatever path you're on for you, what you will often find, especially if you're on a Kundalini awakening that has been perhaps even triggered by a twin flame situation, is the energy is constantly moving through your chakra system up, and as it's doing that, it's clearing out. So what happens is certain chakras will get dumped out of energy. It's like all the stuff, the blockages, the stuff that doesn't work, and everything else gets dumped out, and in so doing, you may have a lot of issues going on in that particular chakra. And for me, that happened to my root, and it caused a lot of fear and not feeling safe and all those types of issues. Same with the solar plexus. When the solar plexus got completely cleared, so it's like rebuilding, and it's like, I don't know if you've ever done this with your kids. I certainly did when my son was young, is if they had a bucket of toys, every so often you'd be like, right, let's organize and purge some of these, and so you dump everything out on the floor, and you say, right, now pick your best ones here and let's put them in the box. And then what you're left with are all the broken bits and the little pieces of rubbish and maybe a French fry that's hidden at the bottom, right? So that's what's happening is spirit, the Kundalini energy is clearing out all the gunk. And so in this process, the energy is constantly in a state of moving. And when the energy hits the head, it can be very overwhelming. You can experience things like anxiety and fear because of the confusion. What's happening to me? What's going on? Oh my God. So a lot of like ego death can be happening when you're in that, in the energy is clearing out the third eye and the crown. The theory in regards to our chakra system, the energetic system, is you want to counterbalance the energy. So if you are in a situation where there's a lot of energy in the head that's happening that may be preventing you from being able to do some of your regular spiritual practices, stop doing some of those spiritual practices. Meditating in that state may not be the best for you in that moment, because it's going to increase the energy. You don't want to increase the amount of energy that's in your head. You want to decrease it, or you want to ground it. So if you have a lot of energy, and that can show up in physical symptoms like headaches or sinusitis or anything like that. It also can show up in emotional symptoms like confusion, doubt, worry, all of these types of energies. It can show up as spiritual situations of, I don't know which way I'm going. I don't know what's happening. And so when this all happens, we want to ground the energy. So that's the opposing energy, to bring that energy back down and to soothe and settle it a little bit. So I've done loads of videos on grounding techniques. There is a playlist called Grounding. You know me with my playlists. So for example, today I'm out at my local park with a very loud bird in the background that's communicating to us. And I'm just sitting by a tree so that I can, get the vibe of not only the earth energy underneath me, but that rooting system. And just taking time to, instead of perhaps do meditation for an hour, go to the park for an hour and sit by a tree for an hour, or lie down in your back garden for an hour, or for however long you can. The more the better is really how that works, especially when it's very severe. Because when the energy is very intense in your head is when you can shift into almost a spiritual crisis, because that confusion can change into paranoia. paranoia. It can change into, at the very extreme, psychosis. Because spiritually things are clearing out in your third eye, which means your spiritual gifts might be coming online. So telepathy, you might be hearing things. What am I hearing? Oh my God, this is like terrifying. Or you could be experiencing clairvoyance and getting images of things that you're seeing, premonitions of things, past life visions, all of these types of things that can be very overwhelming, because when it's new, we're like, what is this? And what is happening is you could be going through a process of symbolic sight. And now I went through that myself, and it was very overwhelming and very scary because I didn't know what was happening. And when you don't know, it exacerbates the fear. It exacerbates the panic. It's like fear creates more fear because the mind doesn't understand what's happening, and ego desperately is trying to hold on. So if there's a lot of energy and you're going through a process of ego death, the mind might try to convince you, you're dying, this is doomed, everything's falling apart, you'll never survive this. And you will survive this. Your physical form is fine, but your egoic self is starting to disintegrate. So energy in the head has to be taken very seriously, and as to not exacerbate it and make it even worse, because we don't want to go down that spiral into a state of absolute sheer terror and panic. And I've been in those emotions, and they're not pleasant at all. So getting yourself out grounded is the numero uno of importance. Other techniques for grounding include going for a walk in nature, bringing crystals into your bed with you or in your pockets or anything else. And then, if you don't have access to crystals, then grabbing hold of rocks, getting some just rocks and just holding on to those, putting some rocks in your pocket or other energies that are going to connect you to the earth. Aromatherapy is a lovely tool. You can get root chakra blends to help stimulate, but otherwise just anything that's very woodsy is going to be a good choice. I love sandalwood myself, so when I'm feeling ungrounded, I use some sandalwood to help ground the energy. Solfeggio frequencies or tribal music, drumming. Drumming is the music of the root chakra because it's that earth heartbeat, the Mama Gaia's heartbeat. Do, 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 do. So whether you choose tribal music or rave music even, something with a heavy beat that's got a heavy drum beat that's steady and percussive will help bring that energy back into a groundedness. On Spotify, there's loads of playlists that you can find for root chakra activation and solfeggio frequencies that are root chakra focused, as well as binaural beats, or anything that's going to help you feel safe and connected to the earth, to help clear and ground some of that excess energy that is making its way through you. Because even though this purging, this purification, this cleansing is for our highest and greatest self, it's not always pleasant, it's not always uncomfortable, and there is a lot of resistance, especially from ego that doesn't like the fact that it's losing a lot of its control. So the root chakra, I've done multiple videos on the root chakra. I have a chakra playlist, so hop on into the chakra playlist and watch any of the videos that I've done there on the root chakra. I will bring in more information on the chakra system as we carry on along this process. Other tips and tools that you can use to help ground your energy. This is when you want to get into some heavier and denser foods. So if you're on a spiritual awakening and you're shifting out of everything is, Zen and into, oh my God, you want to help ground that energy. So heavier, denser foods, such as introducing meat if you don't eat meat. Maybe it's time to just start to help get you through a spiritual crisis. Otherwise, root vegetables, all of the vegetables that grow in the ground. So your carrots, your parsnips, your potatoes, your sweet potatoes, your tubers, all of these types of foods are going to help ground you. Even if all you can consume is some nice beet juice or something like that. And beet juice is amazing. Beets are amazing because not only are they red, but they're roots. And so they're going to bring some of that down. Use color therapy and color theory. So wearing the color red, wearing the color black, both of these colors are grounding colors. There's a reason why, a lot of rockers out there are always, their uniform is like black. It's because it's a grounding color. It's like, I feel stabilized through this. So there are some more techniques that you can utilize to help ground you when the energy is too much. So we want to slow down the spiritual practices and connect into the earthly practices. The earth energy is the element associated with the root chakra. So anything that's going to be associated with the earth and grounding and earthing, all of these words, is going to help assist you when the energy is too much. And that goes for any chakra, really. Even if you're having a heart chakra activation and it's overwhelming, getting it grounding. In fact, listen, just get out grounding as much as you possibly can on this spiritual awakening. Whatever type of awakening that you're having, I can't stress enough or downplay the vital importance of connecting to earth energy and helping stabilize and ground you. Otherwise, you might at times feel like you're being just like completely disassociated out of yourself and flying 5 feet above your body, having an out-of-body experience because the spiritual stuff is getting so big and so overwhelming. So if you are having any issues on your awakening path and would like some help or some information on some tricks and tools and strategies that you can use, ask me anything. I'll happily hop on and do a video. Thank you, Yvonne, for that amazing question, because I think a lot of people will need this type of information. And so I wanted to share that with you all. Hop on tomorrow. We are having a live oracle read to connect and see what the energies are currently bringing in for us. That's tomorrow at 3:33 p.m. Sunday Eastern Standard Time. If you're watching this video some point in the future, then, well, maybe that next Sunday will be happening. I'm going to try my very best to do weekly reads on Sundays at 3:30. So that time slot seems to work well for my European followers as well as my North American followers. So, that said, thank you, and thank you for all the likes, the shares, the subscriptions. It means so much to me. It really helps the algorithm of my YouTube and helps it grow and expand so more people can get the messages, which is brilliant, because there's a lot of people out there in suffering right now and don't know what the bejesus is happening to them. So the more that we can spread the word, it really just is for the betterment of all. And I really greatly appreciate all of the support that I have gotten on my own path. And let's support each other as we continue to move forward. If you want to book a private session with me, the way to do that in the description below is there, as well as have a private oracle read or a distance Reiki session that can be arranged as well. We also have the Spiritual Warrior Support Group over there on Facebook. Hop on in. The link to that is also in the description below. And send me out your questions and comments, and maybe I'll hop on and answer a question. Ask me anything, and we can get more help out for all of those out there that are going through their own twin flame awakening, their own Kundalini awakening, spiritual awakening, any awakenings. We're all waking up. So that said, peace out.